And so one of the things that happened to me 5 years ago is that I got divorced. And it was a big deal for me. It was a really challenging time. And one of the reasons it was so challenging is that it fed into a lot of beliefs that I had around myself, and a lot of beliefs that I'd had around myself from a very young age, okay? And so one day I sat down and I started investigating these beliefs, and I had my little journal out and I just started writing stuff. And what came into my head was that this fundamental belief that I had, and to a degree a fundamental belief that I still have sometimes, is that I'm not good enough. Who shares that? Who's ever felt like they're not good enough? It is so common. As far as limiting beliefs go, it seems to be the most common limiting belief that we can have. And so at this time in my life especially, but to be honest, it wasn't really even related to the time in my life. It had been there probably my entire life. I had some limiting beliefs. And when I started writing them down, I just started writing a list of all of these beliefs that I had, okay? And so I wrote down that I'm not good enough as a husband. I wrote down that I'm not good enough as a chiropractor. I wrote down that I'm not good enough at managing my money. I wrote down that I'm not good enough at looking after my kids. I wrote down that I'm not good enough at getting my message out and sharing what I know with as many people as I could. And I just kept going. I was like, this list just kept going. Doesn't it sound like the most depressing, sad thing you could do is sit down and write a list of why you're not good enough? And I got to the end of my not good enough list and I felt fantastic. It was the most relieved I have felt in the longest period of time. Because for the first time in a very long time, I was totally honest with myself. I was honest about all these things that I'd been saying to myself in my head, but I hadn't been allowing to come to the surface because I was scared of what would happen if I actually admitted that I said those things about myself. I was scared of where that would go. Who can relate to that?